Lovy's back at it again, guys. The danger in all of this is that this isn't biblical. Prophecy in the Bible was never meant to change the future. Prophecies were given by God through prophets to change the present time. When God had punishment planned for someone, he would send a prophet to warn the people in order to give them a chance to change their ways. Present time. Prophecies are not meant to change time, right? You're not meant to change the future. A prophecy is given, like for instance, Isaiah gave the prophecy about Jesus. Jesus came and went to slaughter, and it fulfills the prophecy of Isaiah 53:7, where it says that he kept his mouth shut like a lamb going to slaughter. So when he's in front of Pilate and he's saying, what do you have to say about all these charges they're bringing against you? Jesus kept his mouth shut to fulfill prophecy. It doesn't change in the future. It only gets fulfilled. So when Lovy's saying you can change things with prophecy, this is false. Let's listen to a little bit more of this. Now, the Bible does say that Elijah was carried away in a chariot like that, but there's nowhere in the Bible that it says Jesus flew away. Now, here's the thing. Jesus did say that he gave us power, but he didn't give us power to literally do the things that he did. And unfortunately, this is a common misconception. And we see this in church movements where they're adopting this new age or new thought or like speak things into existence type of mindset where like I can speak life back into this person. Bethel Church, for instance, that family in the church that lost their daughter was sick and they were speaking healing over here and denied any medical treatment. And then that girl died. And after the girl died, they stayed there for 4 days trying to speak this girl's life back into her. We are not Jesus, guys. We don't have that ability. We do not have the power to speak someone back to life. And unfortunately, that family suffered irreparable damage from that. That's where you get church hurt from stuff like this. What the heck does that even mean? When Jesus said that, he said, it's good that I go so you could be indwelt with the Holy Spirit. The helper was going to come. God was going to send the Holy Spirit to us to dwell inside of us in our bodies, not another dimensional body where we could call on a representative. That's just foolishness. And people are clapping about this because of dimensions, guys. We're not opening any dimensions. We don't have this third dimensional, third eye stuff right now. God is seated in heavenly places. Now, if you do witchcraft and stuff like that, yes, you can enter into different dimensions, but Christians shouldn't be going to any other. Like, yes, Daniel had a vision, and in that vision, Gabriel did come to him. He had been battling this demonic spirit for 21 days, and Gabriel came to help him because this spirit was so powerful that he needed assistance, right? But in this vision, Daniel had a vision. That didn't mean that his body went to another place. Daniel stayed there on the earth, had a vision, and in that vision, Gabriel told Daniel that God was with him ever since the moment that he decided to humble himself. Not that Daniel had this power to go to heavenly places and sit outside the realm of existence. This is murky water to be in because this is more along the lines of like witchcraft, which we all know the rumors about Lovy and how he's involved in witchcraft. Now, hopefully there at the end when he said, I feel like I'm talking to the wrong people, is because the people were wise enough to understand what he's talking about is gibberish. What he's saying doesn't make sense. We have no special ability to go to other dimensions. We cannot exist outside of time. We don't have that ability. That is something that God can only do because God existed outside of time and space. We don't have this ability, guys. We are not empowered in the same way that Jesus was. Just like the Bible verses don't mean that we can have the same power that Jesus has to do greater things in a manner of we can perform signs, wonders, and miracles better than what Jesus did. It just means that we can do the work of Christ in a greater amount because there's a larger volume of people doing the work for the kingdom. When we have a teacher or a pastor or someone leading a church body of people, they hang on every word that they say because they trust them like an authority figure. But if the authority figure isn't grounded on sound doctrine, they could be spreading misinformation. And this is the point that I'm trying to make here, guys. While some of the things may be doctrinally sound and some of the things may be biblical, there's just enough of weird stuff mixed in with it that just doesn't make sense. And I don't know about you guys. I know the spiritual realm exists. I know that we're in a spiritual battle, and I know that demons do come for us, but the Bible didn't say that Daniel would leave his body and then go fight a demon. Clearly, that was Gabriel and Michael that were going to fight this demon. It didn't say anything about Daniel doing that. So don't go out there thinking that you can go out here and fight a demon. That's not what we're called to do. Yes, you probably can cast a demon out of a non-believer, but be careful when it comes down to some of this stuff, guys, because you don't want to go messing with principalities that you've got no business dabbling with. So that's going to do it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless.